Today we're going to talk about ducks. Now, those of you who have watched me over the years and have seen my videos, you know that I am surrounded by ducks in my office, and I've often answered the question of why. It's because ducks quack, and I deal a lot with quackery. And I like to be surrounded by my little quacking friends because they remind me of the need to battle quackery, which is mushrooming, especially since the onset of COVID. So I want to talk to you a little bit about some of my ducks because they are interesting, and I do collect a variety. Now, obviously, I have some scientist ducks because, well, obvious why, because I deal with science. But I also have my hero, Sherlock Holmes. Why? Because of his classic statement that one has to be very careful about coming up with theories. And, he always insisted on making sure that theories are based upon facts, not the other way around. So, obviously, I am a big fan of Sherlock. Then I have some ducks that remind me of my sports teams, and of course, I am a big fan of the Canadians, so I have Canadians duck. And I've been following the New York Yankees since 1960. Although this guy doesn't quite have the right uniform, nevertheless, he is a New York Yankee. Then I have some interesting ducks. This guy, he is actually made of a golf club. And so he's pretty unique. Now, I like to collect ducks that are somewhat different, not ones that you can just go into a store and buy. So I look for interesting ones. Like this guy, I found him in Finland, and he's hand carved, pretty neat. I have other hand carved ducks. This guy is hand carved. So is this one. Look at the nice colors on him, as is this, hand carved, and even have I guess a oriental hand carved duck. But my favorite of all the hand carved ducks is this one because he was made especially for me. So he is really unique. There's no other one like this in the world. So obviously that's what I do like. And I like the screaming duck because, of course, I have to scream quite a bit at the quacks. I have a Lego duck who had to be built, so he's kind of interesting. And this guy was sent to me by someone from Vancouver, and he's a little wooden duck. He wears a raincoat and a bonnet because it rains so often in Vancouver. I have ducks that can actually move. This guy here. Come on, cycle around. So he moves. He's a wind-up ducky. And then I've got this one, who I really like. This is my Phantom of the Opera duck. And I am a big fan of musical theater. I've seen over 170 Broadway shows, and the Phantom of the Opera ranks among my top three. And so he's a very interesting Phantom of the Opera duck. I have Pez ducks, and we even have a duck that we specially made for our office. And you can see he's got our logo. So I have a pretty big collection of ducks, and I even have ducks that quack. Yeah, that guy quacks. So he reminds me of the need to quack back at the quacks. But maybe the duck that I like the most, that I've gotten the most use out of, is this guy. And whenever someone says something nonsensical, he'll just say no. So now you know the story behind my ducks and why I collect them. And I keep looking for new and interesting ones. If anyone has any idea, I'm always happy to hear about them. So let me leave you with a final quack. And that for today is our Cup of Joe.